Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On second down, it's Taylor, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Third and long for Prescott. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Back deep, Deontay Harris. This is taken at about the 14. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10. First carry for Darius Geis, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Spell. Go. Ringo.
On the ground, it's Geis. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get General West.
They'll set up to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up. Brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
That was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front off.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down.
Hey, wahoo! Fight!
They'll look to throw here. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion.
First down, Raiders.
Ready, ready! Mike, 49. I'm here all day. Switch! Ready!
Geis. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Plays like we just... Defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, McFarland. And some strong running.
Got you, boy.
A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave them looking at a 4th and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
61, matchbox, right.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 13-yard line.
Come on, set, 8, read. 80 weapons. Begin. Hey, Zoo.
2nd and 11. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Defense, let's go. Go.
On first down, this is Geis. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Second and 14. It's brought in by Harris. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target. Deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Chargers' 47-yard line.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
Mike 42. Here I come.
Look at me. Zipper.
Mike 42. Mike 42.
Blue, go. Snap.
Now back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
You ain't doing nothing today.
23 yards the pickup there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back.
Get it to him in space. Let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. 15, line it. 15 line.
Check safety.
Pilot, 64, weak. Let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ready?
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Be driven.
Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's Williams. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Kill. Go. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On the double.
Watch the slant. Check 24.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 55, Mike 55,
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Geis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taylor now returning it. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. The Raiders' 49-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
You better be afraid of me.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn. One here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for L.A. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. On the return, it's King. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jonathan Abram picks it.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd
Down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Shotgun handoff down to Geis. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Out of his end zone, Prescott. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, LA. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for
throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and forever. This is Geis. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is